The first few months are going to be rigorous, but after you transition from that hardening of the first few months, diamonds are actually forever in that case, and you will come out stronger and better, and you'll feel that strength happening inside you.
So before Great Lakes, I was a transfer pricing professional at EY. Then there I worked for 44 months. Then prior to that, I pursued economics honors.
I come from Shrirampur, West Bengal. I belong to a family of three. My parents are professors by profession. I am a mechanical engineer graduate, and later I worked for Tech Mahindra. My division was Integrated Engineering Services, and my client was Mahindra & Mahindra.
Well, I'm from Chennai, and I pursued my engineering from SRM University, Chennai, and post that I worked with Siemens, the German conglomerate. I worked across functions like product, tech and operations.
So pursuing MBA from a prestigious institution was always in my wish list. And while I was pursuing my economics honors from Delhi University, I was a part of multiple societies where I got the exposure to manage teams. And this exposure drove my interest in pursuing MBA, where I could gain managerial skills and transforming my career. When you are working in a firm and where you are earning money, and when you want to go to the next step, then you obviously think of the opportunity cost. So that made me join the one-year program of Great Lakes.
So Great Lakes is very famous for its one-year PGPM course. Some of my seniors from college actually have undergone this course, and they have had praises for this course. So I had that feedback from them. So I was very much convinced that this one-year course is indeed a good sabbatical to take actually. So what happened was, when I researched a bit more, I realized that for experienced professionals, upskilling yourself within a span of a year, and that too with this panache and skill, is actually rare, and Great Lakes actually offers that. So that made me choose Great Lakes over all the other compatriots it has.
Coming from a commerce background, it was definitely tough for me to understand analytics and to decode the R language. But in my graduation, I had statistics in my course. So this helped me to cover my base. So, and definitely the peers helped me a lot to understand all the coding that we are required to do, the core part of the analytics. And the college also provides a bootcamp program for the R language.
People with work experience might understand the nuances of how the corporate world works, and they might be pretty sure of where they want to go after their MBA program. So it all makes sense down the line when one-year program just focuses on your key strengths and upskilling them in those areas, and landing them up in the domain of their own interest. So I think one-year program makes sense more for people with more work experience.
So the placement team strives hard to get the best companies to the campus. With regular practice sessions and case solving sessions, I was able to get through Deloitte. Deloitte being a Big Four and my experience hailing from another Big Four, that is EY, I wanted to get back into the consultancy domain.
So consulting domain actually highlights the placement every year in the B School placement season. And many top-notch consulting firms like Deloitte, Accenture Technologies and Virtusa, pretty much on the same league. They come up to the campus, and I sat for Deloitte, and post that Accenture came, to which I got into, and that's what has been my experience, because I got in the very beginning of the placement season.
I was thankfully, by the grace of God, selected into KPMG in the role of a government advisory. It basically had two sessions. The first session was the business interview, and it was conducted by a technical lead at KPMG, and the second was the HR interview.
So the interview process had actually 4 rounds, starting from the initial screening basis, the resumes. The second round was the technical round with the manager. The third one with the partner, and the fourth was the HR round. So the technical round was a case study session where I, as a consultant, had to advise the partner on the post-acquisition actions. So I was able to apply all the relevant frameworks and the concepts that were taught in the class.
So in the initial phases of my curriculum over here, or the program start over here, I was exposed to problem solving, the structured way of thinking, and making sure I elevate my level of thinking to that suits solving the corporate problems. So I was exposed to wide variety of nuances in the business world, and also was exposed to things that were I assumed did not exist beforehand. So these all learnings actually helped me and made me to solve problems in a more structured way, and that's what helped me in all my case study rounds or be it competitions. And I think that's what is gonna take me forward, be it in my strength with Accenture too.
The current Anurto is more well informed about what is happening in with the world. He's more aware of the overall picture. Earlier, this person was just focused on a tech. He was just involved in some processes, and he knew that he was contributing somewhere. But right now, with the knowledge that I have garnered here, I believe I can look at the entire process from an eagle's eye point of view, and that would actually help me judge and make better critical decisions.
So the one thing that I would like to take away from here is the motto, your network is your net worth, which is said by Professor Bala, the founder of our college. I have heard about this everywhere in all the institutions to have been, but the value of it, I've realized it in this college, that is Great Lakes. So I'll be going to the corporate world, which is a hard task world. So I'll be applying this skill there. Definitely the technical skills I'll be learning through taking the subjects, but the soft skill is a go-to thing in the corporate world.
I would say go with the flow and have your good times at B School, because this is probably the last education of your life, and if at all this is the last education of your life, get the most return on investment, be it in terms of education, time, effort and fun that you have on, and don't ignore the main part, which is the learnings that you take forward.
I would ask them just to be patient, because the first few months are going to be rigorous. But after you transition from that hardening of the first few months, diamonds are actually forever in that case, and you will come out stronger and better, and you'll feel that strength happening inside you. So just have that patience and that resilience to go on for those first few months, and this is a glorious program. It will actually transform you, and you will see the transformation happening in front of you through your peers, through your compatriots and people you have left back at home. They'll be talking about your change and how you have changed after doing this program.